like to talk about is that when the strokes had hit me in 2001, I didn't know who I was or what was happening to me. I kept on getting my head filled with rhyme and ideas, and I found it to be amusing and funny and really interesting, so it was the kind of thing that kept me alive in a way, because outside of that area I didn't know anybody. It was really like a strange nation. So were the people. I didn't know my wife at the time. It was very difficult to try and get people to understand, even in the very early days of 2001, that I had no memory really. I was getting fragments that people were telling me, but it was very hard to deal with when you couldn't put them together with the memory in your brain. I was having trouble with brain repair pills and damage pills, which kept me messing my brain up, so I kind of stopped all them, thankfully. Somehow I ended up doing without them, and my journey kind of kept going on. I started drawing and writing. It was the only thing that I could do, because rhyme kept on coming from my mouth, and it was funny for a week or two, but the wife couldn't take it anymore. I couldn't blame her. 2 weeks of handicap rhyme. So I started writing rhyme, and I found it really, really exhilarating. I could write with both hands at the same time. I found that strange, but again, exhilarated. There was so much pouring from my brain. It was like a hole in it, was overpowering, and flinging out these words and scenes and trying to express everything all in one go. There was too much of it. When Janet stopped me wanting to paint on the wall, I kind of got terrible headaches. All these images were racing around the brain. The headaches were killing me, and she said I could paint in the spare room, so in 2 days I painted the spare room out with all images, and I was like a drug addict for more. And on it went. Jan left, and I carried on painting, drawing, writing rhyme, and I started having exhibitions at libraries locally, showing all kinds of Salvador Dali mad art and Tommy McHugh's mad art. I called it the good, bad and the ugly. I wasn't afraid of judgment, because it wasn't about judgments really. It was only about therapy to get everything out of my head, and I had so much of it. I thought I would show people in my condition, recovering from brain hemorrhage group, openly what was happening with my brain. I didn't want to keep it a secret. I felt that these people too with injuries had the same unique abilities that were seen to be given to me. I just didn't want them to doubt it, because a lot of the people I met, it's 12 years now, a lot of people I met doubted that. They doubted their own abilities. They didn't believe in themselves. I found it everywhere I went. I felt strange with that too, because it seemed like all the people I was meeting had so many society given barriers in front of them that it was kind of like a wall you couldn't get rid of, and to me it seemed so easy that you could shatter it down. And so I wanted to learn to be able to break these barriers down without hurting anybody, but getting them to start to like themselves, look in the mirror and face the mirror and say, I won't make any more excuses. I won't use drink as an excuse to say I forgot. This is the kind of thing I did to myself, folks, in 2001 when I was on my own. Jan had left. I had to look in the mirror and say, who are you? Who is Tommy McHugh? But I laughed at it, and I treated it as a laugh, because if I got serious and was worried about it, I could have had identity problems more serious than anything. So I accepted what was given to me happily and gratefully, and I don't know who gave it me, but I was alive and I was doing nice things, and I felt like a person I'd never felt before. I just felt happy and loved life so much, and loved the air around me, and seeing the fly flying, not a blue bottle in my dinner table, but I see a butterfly or a fly fly around, and I love the fact that they were alive and they were living their life. I look at the ants on the floor, and I'd see them going off doing their daily routine, shopping and stuff like that, and grasshoppers and everything going out for the meals and coming back. It was fantastic fun. Then I went and had about 11 exhibitions, and found that to be a wonderful experience. Met so many people and filled in visitors' guest books and talks and chats, and couldn't believe it. I was meeting so many fantastic people, and when the people I met seemed close to me like family, it didn't seem like they had any barriers when we started talking. I don't know whether it's because I was naturally so open that they became open. They knew instantly that I wasn't playing any games and that I was just a child really in the mind, but I was open, like I am now, and I'm just open. I believe in everybody, and I believe like the whole world's my family. But I look inside my own brain in my own little way, and I see little cellular cells that have been hibernating. And when I had the 2 strokes, some of these cells popped. It was like watching my own brain as a beehive, and it's split in half. And here on one side you've got all the sealed cells of honey with like a 50p piece with a film over it. The same on that side. When my brain was damaged, I was getting electric lightning flashes hitting this. The only way I could explain to a doctor the headache pain that was killing me, hitting this cell and bouncing off into the dead area where I had the hemorrhage. Eventually it popped that plastic thing, and when it did, it exploded. Ideas of creativity and the talents in my fingers that I was never meant to have. I had never believed in myself that I had any talents. Like many people, I doubted myself before the stroke, so I never tried any talents. I never tried any art. I never really tried any sculpting in any way at all, and I would have loved to have done it them years. But after 12 years now of all the things I'm doing and all the people I've met, I met so many fantastic people who look at my works, and on my works I may have 10 or 20 images on a picture, on a piece of stone, and these images are plainly seen really by everybody. But when people start looking at them, the images change to them. They're seeing different pieces of work and they're pointing them out to me. I've got a big piece of 3-foot stone with lizards on and all kinds of animals and buffalo and snakes and elephants. And this lady said to me when it was on exhibition, she said to me, what made you put a greyhound on it? And I thought, oh God, I haven't to put a greyhound on that. I said, I'm glad you spotted it. You're the first one to, how did you spot it? Show me how you spotted it. So then she pointed out to me with her finger on the stone that I'd worked and created, a perfect greyhound that I didn't see, but her eyes had pointed it out and put all the pieces together, and eventually it was a greyhound and I could see it. And then I thought, that's strange, that's her creativity, that's her cell block opening up, that's her belief, that's it, what she sees. So in reality, she could do it. And then she spotted other things, so I thought, that's strange. I wonder how many other people would do that. So every time a person came along, I would spin the stone around, let them have a look at everything else and ask them what they see. And they're all telling me and showing me different pieces I didn't create in the stone. And I know the only way they can do that is because they've unlocked a hibernating cell of creativity, because they're seeing the works and adding to it with their creative thinking, their imaging. So they are creative, they have got that cell, but they don't believe they can do it, so that cell sleeps again. It's a doubt. So when I say, if people like themselves and look in the mirror and are happy with themselves and life is happy for them, then the next thing is they will break into having a go at being creative, because they've got no barriers, they've got nothing to lose, they're not worried about anyone judging them at all. This isn't about that. This is about testing the creativity that they've got and trying. It's like when I say to people, I like writing in rhyme. I like writing in rhyme that's unlocked in my brain because it's simple to do, but in a way when you practice doing little bits of that, you're unlocking a writing cell which makes you want to write pages and pages and pages. And when you start writing like that, you learn to be able to write your troubles out on the paper, the bad things, the good things. You can send a rhyme to a friend or anything, but it's a challenge When you break that barrier, there's others that you want to have a go at, because you started painting or you started sculpting. You don't stop there. You see how many brain cells you can unlock because they're dormant in us. So we go with the flow. We don't challenge our own brain. We direct the pathways we walk in life and where we walk and go and the way jobs we do and everything else. We doubt our abilities to learn to direct our brain. When you learn to direct your brain a bit, belief in yourself and liking yourself and being happy with yourself and being happy with life, many cells unlock and open. I guess it's like being a millionaire. Someone says, you're a millionaire now, here's £1,000,000. All the worries of debt and everything, the bubbles are popping away, and someone will say, you want to go hang gliding? Oh yeah, and I'll have a go at that. Why? Because things have changed, but you can change it too. It's just believing in yourself and saying, I'll have a go at it. Pop the bubble, pop the sleep and hibernating bubble of creativity. It's just challenging yourself and believing in yourself and having a go. So that's what it kind of started with me, and I keep trying to pop bubbles and bubbles and bubbles. I don't go into anything serious at all in my brain. It's like opening a door in a library. If something came out that I shocked me or made me frightened or true reality, I have the choice. I can shut that door and stay with butterflies floating in the wind, painting on the walls, doors, floors and ceiling. Not everyone can do that because you haven't got a riverside house. So I would do it anyway, but I would get a wall, a little bit of whitewash wall, having to go painting a picture. If I didn't like it, I would take a photograph of it, paint it white again, then have another go at doing another picture, paint over it, take a picture. I could use the same wall 1,000 times and paint all my troubles away. But it's unlocking the creative talents that are in every one of us. What happened to me, the ability is to happen to you too. You've got the power. It's just believing in yourself and trusting yourself. I'll say ta-ra for the moment. See you the fall notes.